なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna need to put our tinfoil hats on for this one. Nothing I say here is conclusive or conducive of anything. It's just some observations that I've made that may allude to what the part 3 characters could be. Again, I'm not saying it's set in stone, but based off of what I'm seeing, this is what I think is going to happen. But let me lay it down for you first, okay? Legends, whenever they do updates for the game, they want to change the UI, they want to change some core mechanic. Sometimes it gives us a hint on what upcoming character is going to have something that borrows or leverages this change. This is a game update we had a few months ago, right? You can see over here the date. In this, they specifically mentioned that they want to adjust the battle UI so they show that your main ability and Rising Rush are sealed. Now at the time I praised them, saying that your main ability and your rush are two very pivotal and decisive mechanics that can help turn the tides of a fight very fast. You know, your opponent just wraps up an exchange, you're both in neutral ground. Knowing whether or not your opponent can use a main ability is a difference between you feeling confident that you can initiate right away. Or for example, if it's a 1v1 and your opponent doesn't have Vanish, you're a character with Blast Armor, you feel confident you can mid-range strike. But the one caveat to that is, I don't know if they have a Rising Rush available. That's where the Rising Rush seal icon will be helpful for you. So for those two reasons, I thought, good job, Legends. That matters a lot. The UI can still get updated. We have an endless sea of buffs and debuffs that get applied, but this is a great start. Now, the reason why I bring this up is I didn't see that later down the line, we would see a character that greatly influences Rising Rush and main ability. That's courtesy of Broly, Green Broly. When he gets that full unique gauge, you can't use your main ability, and you sure as hell can't Rising Rush. It's one of the more frustrating parts of the character for you as the victim, having to fight him. So this is a callback to a UI change that turned into a character down the line influencing those two things. We get a main ability seal icon, a Rising Rush seal icon, and then a little bit down the line, we get a character that always seals those two things, right? That's clue number one. Now, clue number two, we recently got another game change. We got another battle UI adjustment. They mentioned that the battle UI has now been adjusted so you can view the enemy's active gauge and synchro gauge progress. We have another character with an active skill ability. It is good old Gogeta, but there's always been a little icon to show you when you could activate it. Anyways, it would just turn on. It would just turn a little flick of a light. You would know that, oh crap, I got Stardust Fall to deal with. Synchro gauge is another thing that's very helpful, just because you know, you want to be able to tag switch to leverage cover null, know that you're going to get another card, stuff like that. So synchro gauge, that's great. Active gauge, that's great. But it just comes at an interesting time that they decide to do this now. Why didn't they decide to update the UI when we had Sword of Hope Trunks with his prep mode? Why didn't they bother to update the active gauge back when we got full power Frieza? Why didn't they bother to update the synchro gauge when we in the previous Legends Fest, where we ended up getting the synchro gauge Gogeta? To me, perhaps this screams what part 3 is going to be. Battle UI adjusting for an active gauge and a synchro gauge. I don't think it's just a convenience. Maybe the part 3 character will have an active gauge ability, perhaps a prep mode ability, perhaps another skill that they could use similar to Stardust Fall. Now, before I get to the character, let me also point to the fact that it has been data mined that Legend Piccolo is returning. Not only that, but Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku's banner is returning, as is Buhan's. The banner reruns sometimes clue in on what the character is going to be. Now you can interpret this a million different ways, right? You can easily see this as, oh crap, it's GT. It could be a Synchro Gauge, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and a Omega Shenron. How? Because look at that. We got GT, we got Sun Family, Ultra right over here, and then we look over here, we got Regeneration, powerful opponent, Omega Shenron, and the Gogeta stand at the top. That's the first thing that some people will think. But to me, I'm interpreting this as Sun Family, Majin Buu Saga. I think Part 3 could be a prep mode or active skill Spirit Bomb ability. And a big reason why I say that is this battle UI adjustment focuses on the active gauge. So what if it's like a prep mode Spirit Bomb ability where as time goes on, the Spirit Bomb becomes stronger, but you don't need to wait for the prep mode to go all the way through. It's similar to what Dokkan did. 8th anniversary, they had a prep mode Buu Duo character, the Z Duo, Buu Duo, whatever you want to call them. You could use their active ability to launch a Spirit Bomb that is not at its pinnacle of power if you wanted to. What if that's what we're going to be getting? A big reason why I say that is not just the battle UI adjustment, you know, active gauge ability. What if you now have the ability to sort of prep mode your way to like half the active gauge? Therefore, you throw a weaker Spirit Bomb, but if you wait all the way till the end, you get a nuclear Spirit Bomb that, similar to like the tap action mechanic, you can garner different effects. For the tap actions, it didn't really matter, right? You're gonna tap the screen all the way until full power. There was literally zero reason not to. Like UVBs, for example, I think if you use the tap action all the way to the end, you get your vanish back, you destroy the enemy's entire hand, stuff like that. There's virtually no reason not to bother. But in this case, I could see how it would matter. Let's say you're in a situation where you are comboing your opponent, they got a very tricky character, you want to ensure you kill him, but the opportunity to ensure you get the kill is not always going to be there. What if you're comboing them, your prep mode is only halfway, you're like, okay fine, screw it, I'm going to throw a half powered up Spirit Bomb. What if that's what this is for? Another reason why I think this is, take a look at the characters we've seen thus far. Not just the fact that, here we go, Sun Family returning, but take a look at the characters thus far. Something is missing here. There is no Goku. We haven't had an anniversary without a Goku somewhere for like, what, 5 years now? Goku has been somewhere every single year. Look at this. 4th anniversary, there he is, MUI Goku, Dragon Fist Goku. 5th anniversary, look at that, we got Goku and Frieza. 6th anniversary, what's that? Oh, we got the Synchro Gauge Goku and Vegeta, as well as a God Goku. 7th anniversary, what do we have? We got Goku transforming MUI, and we got an Ultra Namek Goku. There's even a Kaioken Goku. But 8th anniversary, no Goku at all? I don't know about you, but to me, that screams maybe they're saving a pinnacle Goku for the end. They want to make an Ultra Goku for the finale based off of the Ultra Banner reruns, the tags that you could allude to, Sun Family here, Majin Buu Saga here, a Spirit Bomb prep mode because they updated the battle UI to feature these things that would be pinnacle. Very important for you to see. So that's where my tinfoil hat is, fellas. Could the combination of all these things that they've shown us thus far point towards a End of Z, a Spirit Bomb Buu Saga Goku prep mode as the Ultra? Maybe the legend is Kid Buu. Maybe the legend is the Spirit Bomb Goku and the Ultra is some other form of Buu. Legends has shown us they sure as hell don't care about remaking Ultras if it already existed. I know it's not likely, but the fact that they gave us 2 Ultra Gogeta Blues tells me they don't care. They don't care. And with part 1 of the anniversary hitting top grossing, it also shows to them we don't care. So an Ultra getting printed twice, Doesn't matter to them. They're willing to do it. They don't care. There's no rules anymore. So an Ultra Kid Buu again, Legend Spirit Bomb Goku, I could see it. Or you flip it over. Legend Kid Buu with an Ultra Spirit Bomb prep mode finale. Would you guys be hyped for this? You let me know in the comment section below what you think. Again, at the beginning, I said this is all just some observations and tinfoil hat theory, but I'm going to tell you this. My dream anniversary part 3 would be for us to get that beautiful Ultra Prep Mode Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then I already know OGs are going to be like, oh my god, here we go, this again. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Give them a second unique. This is the anniversary of dreams. Anniversary of dreams. Characters that are in the mud suddenly get a second wind. They just go insane. Red Broly unique. Yellow Goku Black was literally trolled. He gets a unique. We've seen uniques take characters from zero to hero. People memed that damn LF Piccolo, and all of a sudden now he gets a unique and he was a monster. Imagine giving this guy a beautiful second unique, and then you give a Zenkai Awakening to one of the greatest supporters of all time, the king, the best friend, Angel Vegeta. This would be my dream trio finale meta team to run. Angel Vegeta, Zenkai Awakened, amazing support. Second unique, Buu Duo that are actually good. Top 10 worthy, second unique good. And you run a beautiful Prep Mode Spirit Bomb Goku. That is my dream. That is a finale I would love. And if you ask me, that would be a peak part 3. You let me know what you think. Everything is on the table. I'm simply sharing what I think would be great. I would love to see it. Would love to see what you guys think. Either way, I'm out. Until next time, peace.